Hi there, welcome to the Nog Vlog. My name is Lance and I'm going to take you on a complete walking tour of the Carnival Vista. We'll go deck by deck and show you everything this ship has to offer. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the Nog Vlog, hit the like button if you find this video informative, and leave us a comment if you have any questions about the ship. So starting on deck 15, you'll see the entrances to the two water slides. There's the Twister and the Kaleidoslide. The Kaleidoslide actually uses an inner tube, while the Twister is just a body slide. Outside of those slides, the rest of deck 15 is dominated by the Serenity adult-only retreat. This is available to guests 21 and up, which means no kids allowed. That could be nice and relaxing to get away from the little bit more party-like atmosphere down at the Lido deck. This entrance will take you down to some stairs and elevator options to the spa and fitness area and salon that are below. We'll see those in a moment. Restrooms and showers available on either side. And you'll see there's a whirlpool on either side as well. There is a bar here in the Serenity Retreat. It does have very specific drinks, a little bit more light drinks, some refreshing ones. So you'll only find Serenity here on deck 15. There's not a deck below or above where there's additional seating, but it's pretty spaced out and there's lots of good seating options here. You'll come to find as you see the rest of this tour that that might not be the case elsewhere on the ship. More on that in a moment. As we continue on, you'll see the other whirlpool. One thing that we didn't get to try on this trip was the Fresh Creations salad bar. It's nice that they have an alternative option to some of the heavier things found elsewhere on the ship for lunch. Bathrooms here on the opposite side. The rest of this side is pretty symmetrical to the side we started on, so we'll go ahead and go inside. Just pay attention and don't accidentally walk into the glass. Yes, it happens. Not by me, of course. If you do require use of elevator, there's just one elevator that takes you up to deck 15, so pay attention in the forward elevator bank which one that is. But now we'll head down the stairs and go to deck 14. Deck 14 is dominated by spa staterooms. There is the salon and a few of the treatment rooms. So we'll bounce over to the front part of this deck 14 as if you were coming from one of the spa cabins. You'll see some stairs that will take us down to deck 12 in a moment, but you'll see the entrance to the salon. If you have plans to visit the salon quite often, maybe deck 14 spa rooms are right for you. We'll take the stairs down to deck 12. Again, reminder, there is no deck 13 on a cruise ship, so don't let that confuse you ever. At the base of the stairs, you'll see entrance to the Cloud9 Spa Fitness Studio, as well as the Cloud9 Spa Fitness Center. Let's take a quick stroll through the facility so you can see some of the equipment that the ship has to offer. As you exit the fitness center, to the right you'll find access to the men's and women's locker room, which both include a complimentary sauna. As we exit the forward part of deck 12, we'll get to the Carnival Waterworks area. This side might be a little too wet for the camera. Let's try the other side. Now you saw the entrance to the two water slides up on deck 15, but here on deck 12 you've got a full splash area for the kids. Restrooms available on either side. and seating for the parents while they wait for their kids to play. We'll check out the aft part of deck 12 in a moment. Wanted to show you some other seating areas here on the Waterworks side. You can see down below into the Lido area. Again, a fun place for kids and grown-ups alike to stay cool. You can see the exits to the 2 water slides. Our room was actually below this area and we didn't hear a single thing. Good to know for people staying on deck 11 forward. So this is where we poked our head out earlier. So you could head back towards the spa area, that other restroom. But we want to see some new stuff, so let's head down towards the aft part of deck 12. On the way, we can peek down into the Lido area. We'll see more of this on the tour of deck 10 in a moment. But this is where all the deck parties are going to happen. Your sail away party, your 80s, rock and glow, silent white night, any and every party typically is out on the Lido deck area. So now we reach the Sky Track. This is the outdoor walking / jogging area that surround the fun outdoor activities that the Vista has to offer. You see some foosball here in this corner, some foosball in the other corner coming up. Say hi to the Carnival Dream as well. Atop these stairs are the entrances to the Sky Ride, a bicycle type track that goes around the back of the ship, and the Sky Course, just a little ropes navigation course. There's a couple of pool tables available back here, some cornhole boards, you've got some more foosball, and of course mini golf. So just a little bit of everything available here in the Sports Square. Great hangout for kids and teenagers. We'll continue along the jogging track to find the sports court. Mainly basketball is played here throughout the day, but they've got times where they set up volleyball, some small soccer goals, and even dodgeball tournaments are held. There's a little sitting area. In this back section, you've also got what's called Sky Fitness. These are additional exercise machines using your body weight for the resistance. A beautiful view of the wake of the ship here from the deck 12 aft section. Below you've got deck 11, and below that deck 10 with the tides pool. We'll see that in a minute. You can take the stairs down here if you'd like. We've got additional Sky Fitness machines available here on the starboard side. I do want to point out that they've padded the columns here, which is, I guess, great if you get bumped into them. But the rest of the railing is still metal, so if that's where you get bumped into, that's still going to hurt. I don't know. So if you're going to get bumped on the jogging track, make sure you run into a pole and not the rail. Got some shuffleboard available on the starboard side here. If you're choosing to play mini golf, you can grab a disinfecting wipe, grab the desired putter of your choice, grab a ball and play away. Got a massive foosball table available here near the middle. I showed you the cornhole boards earlier. They are permanent. You can't move them around the ship or anything like that. And if things get too hot here in the Sports Square, you can head on inside to the clubhouse at Sports Square. There's a few other additional options in here. Some lounging around, table tennis, little bowling video game machine, but it wasn't working when we were on the ship. And last but not least, there's this soccer / billiards area that is pretty unique and quite fun. So we'll start on deck 11 in the forward section, and this is the first secret deck that we'll see on this ship tour. Secret deck is the nickname used for these areas because not a lot of people know about them, but they're public access. You can go see what's in front of you. Here we see the Carnival Dream once again. We'll continue on deck 11 in the middle part of the ship, surrounding the Lido pool. Here we'll see all the shaded loungers and seating options available that are just above the main Lido pool area. Some tables and chairs to sit and eat if you want to bring your food up from one of the restaurants on deck 10. And just in the middle part of the ship is Camp Ocean. We'll actually take a peek at it when we loop around deck 11. Get the men's bathrooms located here, and then because it's open, we'll take a peek inside this outdoor play area for Camp Ocean. Got some pretty neat looking games here. Once again, there's our friend the Carnival Dream. You'll see these tables and chairs roped off. They are for crew use. It's nice for them to have an area to have a break outside, have their meal outside, and not have to be cooped up inside. Now behind these windows here is the restaurant Gigi's Asian Kitchen. We'll take a look at that in just a few moments. Plenty of loungers and seating options. You see stairs leading up to deck 12 and some stairs down to deck 10 below. Through these doors, you'll see the aft elevator bank and stairwell. And to the left is the entrance to both specialty restaurants that take up the back of the ship here on deck 11. You've got Cucina de Capitano and Gigi's Asian Kitchen. Down these stairs will actually take you to the Lido Marketplace buffet area. You can see it's not a large venue inside Gigi's Asian Kitchen. During lunch hours, they serve complimentary Mongolian wok stir-fry options. You can make reservations for dinner here using the Carnival Hub phone app. Across the way, you have Cucina de Capitano serving Italian cuisine. During our sailing, it wasn't open in the evenings, but they had select items from their menu available in the main dining room as an alternative. Similar to Gigi's being open for lunch for the Mongolian wok, Cucina del Capitano is open for lunch for complimentary custom pasta creations. You'll find one of the smoking areas here on the aft portion of deck 11, so we'll scoot on by. Go back to the Camp Ocean area. You can see this outdoor playground is a little bit different than the other side. We'll lean over and take a look at what all they have to play with here. This starboard side middle area of deck 11 is another designated smoking area. So if you're going to drop off or pick up your kids from Camp Ocean and want to avoid having to take them through the smoking area, use the port side of deck 11. This little nook is where the DJ will play music for the Lido parties, and a few other entertainers may play there as well. Through these doors is the entrance to Camp Ocean. Let's take a look inside Camp Ocean. We got a quick glimpse of this when we boarded the ship. Looks pretty awesome inside. I would want to play there if I was a kid, and maybe still as an adult. See, these stairs take you back up to deck 12 to the indoor area of the clubhouse at the sports square. And we'll head back out and take a look at the Lido one last time before we actually head to the Lido deck, deck 10. Just like deck 11, deck 10 also has a secret deck in the forward section. These secret decks are great if you've got an interior cabin but want a little bit of that experience of having a balcony. You just step right outside your cabin door and you're a few steps away from having a great view of the ocean or a great view of the port that you might be visiting that day. Here we're in Cozumel, Mexico. Behind these windows are interior staterooms. They are not balconies. They are not ocean view rooms. They're actually classified as interior staterooms. So do yourself a favor when you're searching and make sure you go through all the options, because you might find yourself in a price range where you can get a higher priced interior cabin but cheaper than a balcony. And we got some stairs here from the secret deck on 10 down to deck 9. But we'll actually go towards the middle of the ship and begin the rest of the tour of the Lido deck, deck 10, by the midship elevators. So the pool in the middle of the ship on deck 10 is called the beach pool. The forward section of deck 10 has staterooms, and you can access them through these doors here. So as we head towards the starboard side of the ship, you'll see the Blue Iguana Tequila Bar. Not yet open here this early morning on this sea day, but if you do need a drink early in the morning and you're on the Lido, the Red Frog Rum Bar on the opposite side is going to be open. These cushioned seats here are, in my opinion, the best place to grab when you're first boarding the ship if you want to hang out all the way until sail away. You've got cushioned seats, tabletop for drinks and food, shade above you. What more could you ask for? Speaking of lunch, you've got the Blue Iguana Cantina serving up tacos and burritos for breakfast and lunch. So let's head into the Lido Marketplace. This is going to be your buffet for the trip, and this will serve buffet breakfast, lunch, and dinner at varying times. This midship entrance to the buffet has a swirl station on either side. Both have either ice cream or frozen yogurt. The Lido Marketplace has a square structure. The top of the square and the bottom of the square both typically offer the same food, or when things slow down, they'll just serve food on just one side. We're going to go take a peek at this middle section, but we'll eventually head out these back doors to see the aft of the ship. In the morning, this middle section serves custom omelets. During the rest of the day, they have the deli. Then over here is usually your sweet spot that has all of your delicious desserts. You can exit out this side to get to the aft elevators and stairwell. We're going to swing back to that path we were taking and exit out these side doors and encounter the Pizzeria del Capitano. This is the pizza joint on the ship. You can get free pizza almost any time of day. It was pretty delicious on this sailing, I must say, especially at 12:30 at night. We've got the Tides Bar serving up drinks for the Tides Pool here on the back of the ship, which also has a pair of whirlpools. So I don't know about you, but every time I'm on the back part of a ship, I've got to walk up to the railing and check out the wake of the ship. It's just such a beautiful sight to take in, especially on a beautiful sea day like today. Real quick, if you're finding this video informative, do us a favor, smash the like button. Hitting that like button tells YouTube, hey, this video is serving its purpose, and it'll help spread it to other people that are interested in learning more about the Carnival Vista as well. Thanks so much. You'll notice another pool and a pair of whirlpools down on deck 5. Now these are exclusive to folks staying in the Havana cabins. More on that when we get a little bit lower in the tour. Just like in other parts of the ship, you've got a freshwater shower in the back here in case you want to rinse off from the saltwater pool. And also in the aft of the ship, you'll find the Seafood Shack. Now this is an at-cost restaurant. On this particular sailing, I grabbed some crab cake sliders for the first time. They were not too bad. I'd still probably prefer a lobster roll from the Seafood Shack over these sliders, but they were pretty good. We'll head back forward through the Lido Marketplace. Pretty identical to the opposite side of the ship, all the way through the swirl station that's on the port side here. So here on the starboard side of the ship, once you're out of the Lido marketplace, you've got Guy Fieri's Burger Joint, which is a very popular lunch spot for both sea days and port days. So after you grab your toppings for your burger, find a seat. Again, I recommend these comfy cushions with the tabletop. You see some nog-vloggers here enjoying that spot. It's the place to be, I'm telling you. Last thing we'll see here on deck 10 is the Red Frog Rum Bar. We talked about that a little bit earlier. And of course, you've got your towel hut if you need to grab a towel if you didn't grab yours from your stateroom. All right, down one deck to deck 9. Now, deck 9 is all staterooms all throughout the entire front to back of the ship. However, in the front, we do have another one of those secret decks. And this one's just a little bit different than the others. This one's unique because it sits right on top of the bridge, so you actually get jutted out a little bit past the normal side of the ship. You can actually see right into someone's balcony. Not as private maybe as you would hope, but hey, look at the size of that room. I'm sure they're not complaining about things. And that makes it a pretty awesome place to get some views of what's going on, especially when you're in port. We saw these stairs not too long ago. Takes you up to the secret deck on deck 10. Let's take a look at the other side of the ship as well. Again, this is a great spot to catch views of other ships while in port. You can check some pier runners. You can just see what's going on with a little bit different vantage point than you can from anywhere else on the ship. Heading down, we'll skip deck 8 because it's all staterooms, and of course I mentioned the bridge is up front, so there's definitely no secret deck out there. But what that means is here on deck 7, your forward secret deck is covered by the bridge. So you can see this overhang here provides some initial shade when you walk out. But otherwise the secret deck is pretty similar to the others. You still have the interior cabins available. We've got some stairs here down to deck 6. However, in just a moment I'll show you the access point on deck 6 to the secret deck. Doesn't quite look like it's made for public use, so not quite sure if you should be going down those steps or not. Maybe deck 7 is where to call it quits. Down here you see a whirlpool at the front of the ship. This is for crew use. I don't think I've ever seen crew use it, but I'm sure they take advantage of it from time to time. So there's the bridge overhang that we were on top of just a while ago when we were up on deck 9. Let's peek real quick inside deck 6. This is the access point to that secret deck that I mentioned, and I'm just not feeling comfortable using that door handle. Doesn't say do not use, but I would not feel comfortable trying to open that door. Also located forward on deck 6 is the Warehouse Arcade. This is open 24 hours. All the games cost money to play. You do win some prizes on some. Others you win tickets, and others are just for entertainment. This, I believe, was during boarding day, so not too busy yet, but other times pretty crowded in here with kids and grown-ups alike. It's just an overall tight fit. And that's been the case for every arcade, for every ship boat we've been on. As you exit the arcade, right next door is the Circle C Kids Club. This is the kids and teenagers club for ages 12 through 14. One thing to note, the Club 02 Kids Club for ages 15, 16, and 17 is actually located down on deck 4. We'll see that momentarily, but it's just interesting that they've got those separated by 2 decks. The last venue here on deck 6 is the Imax Theater. There used to be a Thrill Theater, but they have since closed that down and they will not be reopening that. The Imax Theater was open, had a huge variety of movies between New releases, old school classics, 3D movies, and the place was really dominated by kids every time we walked by. So it was great that they've got something else to do other than maybe run around on the ship and mess up door decorations. Not that kids do that. We'll start our tour of Deck 5 up front with the Liquid Lounge. We'll head out these doors in just a moment to check out the outside of the ship where you can walk around. But inside the Liquid Lounge, you'll see some seats here in the back. Try to avoid having to sit there. Arrive early if you've got a show that you really want to watch. Anything in these back sections here, you're just not going to be able to see anything down below. It's just a really weirdly designed facility. I think they try to make it so it could be flexible with different things going on. You can see these chairs down below are movable. They move it around and extend the stage if they need to. I recommend getting one of these booths that you see at the bottom. Those are the prime spots, but you do have to arrive early. We'll check out more of the Liquid Lounge when we head down to Deck 4. But right now we're going to take a stroll around this forward section of Deck 5 and see all of the different fun shops that are available to cure your shopping itch. Now all of these shops surround the atrium, which is centered with this dreamscape funnel that displays different things throughout the entire cruise. We'll have more of it on Decks 3 and 4 when we can really show it off. We'll head through the upper promenade in a moment to check out the rest of Deck 5. You'll see here you've got access to a sail and sign kiosk to manage your account, and also an ATM in case you need to grab cash. The Cherry on Top candy store has all the goodies that your kid or inner kid could desire. In addition to candies and sweets, they've got some toys and memorabilia. And this particular Cherry on Top has a full service ice cream bar, and it is not expensive at all. And you get a lot. This is a small, as we try to show you how large it is compared to Brandy's hand. Let's take a quick tour through the Funnel Gear shop that has all the Carnival branded memorabilia, clothing, and a few options for snacks and sundries as well. So we've already seen inside the Liquid Lounge, so we won't go in on this side of the ship. You can see an exit to the outer lanai to walk around the ship. We'll go to that at the very end of this deck tour. We'll head to the middle elevators. You can see these forward stairs do take you up and down. Here's where I was talking about the elevators earlier. You could see these first ones go all the way up to 15, the middle ones go up just to 12, and then these last ones just go between 3 and 12. So if you're down to 1 and 2, they limit you to go to the other ones. Not sure if you could see in practice the actual benefit to having these separated like this, but engineers always know what they're doing, right? So as we head a little bit further towards the middle part of the ship, you've got the library bar here on the right. Now, this being a library is a nice quiet place to enjoy some peaceful time away from some of the louder venues on the ship. And this is indeed a bar. This is honestly the only time we stopped in here, so I'm not sure if they ever actually have this automatic wine dispenser serving anything, but it's interesting nonetheless, and I know there's definitely people that love to take advantage of these quiet spaces. You'll see these doors here take you out to that lanai, that outer deck. That's a common theme here on deck 5, and it's really great just to be able to bounce from one venue to the other, or just step outside to get some fresh air or check out the sunset without having to go through the main hallway. Here you see the Piano Bar 88. Now, I actually liked how this venue was set up, all except this big post in the middle. Now, I probably need this post for support based off whatever's above us here on deck 6. Otherwise, it's a really awesome setup in here. Try to avoid the spot that would make you not be able to see the piano player. That's a big key to enjoying a piano bar. I will say the 2 times that we stopped in here, I wasn't a big fan of the guy playing the piano, but I am a very hard sell on having a good piano man. So the challenge is on for piano bars for future sailings with the Nog Vlog. Now there's a smaller funnel that projects up from the deck 4 casino below. And here in the middle part of deck 5 are some of the additional cost restaurants. First, here to the left is Bonsai Sushi. Now this is on several Carnival ships, but this was just so delicious on this particular cruise. Highly recommend it because it is not expensive for the quality of food that you get there. And like we talked about, this is one of the venues that has an outdoor area, so you can choose to eat outdoors or indoors. And just next door is the Alchemy Bar. This has great, delicious cocktails and mixed drinks. If you haven't already, check out our video from the Carnival Dream, where we try every single drink on their menu. Down the hall, you'll see the midship stairway and elevators, but the last venue we have in this middle section is the Fahrenheit 555 Steakhouse. You'll have your at-cost fine dining located here. There is a small bar as well. Just like everything else, there's some outdoor seating available. So we'll use this left hallway to continue towards the back of the ship. You can exit out these doors to again get outside and enjoy the fresh air. This area is often set up for some of the pixel photography opportunities. And then of course you have the actual pixel photo review area where you can touch the screen and find all of your videos. Just enter your folio number, confirm your date of birth. You can go through, heart your favorites, order them to your phone, order them for print and pick up later on. Very simple to use. Again, you can do this from your phone, or you can do it from one of these stations where you can see the photos just a little bit larger. You know, one complaint about this ship is that it's a little tight to be able to kind of walk through everywhere. I think with all of these doors and access points to get outside is they expected people to really use that outdoor walkway a little bit more than just walking from the inside. So our next stop is the Red Frog Pub and Brewery, and they actually brew the draft beers that they serve on this ship, which is pretty cool. I did sign up for a brewery tour, however, I canceled on the last day, just didn't want to have to go and drag myself to that. So next time I'm on one of these ships that has the brewery, definitely going to attend one of the brewery tours. This is a great spot. Kids are allowed in here to hang out. There's always live music going on in the evenings, tons of little bar games to play. There's shuffleboard in the back. They've got TVs all over. So usually you can find a game somewhere if maybe Skybox is too full. So definitely stop by the Red Frog Pub and Brewery as an alternative to maybe hanging out somewhere else on the ship, because again, they've got great drinks. Some of my favorite drinks on the ship are on the Red Frog Pub menu. This back room of the Red Frog Pub does connect into what is called Ocean Plaza. We will see that momentarily, but we're actually going to turn back around and go back the other exit just so we can see how to get there from that main thoroughfare. I mentioned you could pick up your pixel photos that were printed out just a little bit further down. That's right here. And they also have what's called the Dream Studio, where you can get an advanced photo session with a photographer. Next up, we have Java Blue Cafe serving specialty coffees, and the Shake Spot serving milkshakes. So this is the Ocean Plaza area that I mentioned earlier. This is a very universal space used for many different activities and performances and entertainment at nighttime. Here we've got towel folding going on. You've got a pair of doors to the outside on either side, and then there's a small plaza bar in the back that does serve drinks. You can get coffee here as well. There was a long line for specialty coffee at Java Blue one evening, and we wanted to grab some espresso, so we just hopped over here, no line, and we're able to get some. We're in the aft of Deck 5, and this is dominated by the Havana Bar and Havana Staterooms. So the Havana staterooms are a little bit pricier. They do include exclusive access to the Havana outside area that has its own pool, whirlpools, loungers, and so forth. This Havana bar area is open to everyone. They'll have Latin music playing throughout the day. They'll do karaoke back here as well. And then of course the Havana bar is open for its own special menu of drinks. So if you have a cabin back here, you'll be issued a wristband so that you can easily be allowed in and out to this area. I myself did not have a cabin back here, so I don't have a wristband. So I'm committing a crime on film, the things I do for the Nogwog family. These are the verandas. They're kind of the equivalent of having a balcony. I don't think I'd really be a fan of these. I don't think I'd ever really want to stay in one of these areas. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm sure the comforts are nice, but it's just not worth it for me. I tried a couple drinks from the Havana bar. Again, just mixed results. Just wasn't blown away, but there's more I want to try on the menu. So can't wait to get back and try a few more drinks from the Havana bar. So we're going to go back to Ocean Plaza and go back outside for the first time and circle around the ship as far as we can. You can't circle the entirety of the ship. Obviously, the Havana area is exclusive to Havana guests, so that's blocked off. So we'll head forward, and the first thing we'll encounter is Guy's Pig and Anchor Barbecue Smokehouse. This is open on port day and sea day lunchtime. Overall, pretty good. Can you find better barbecue elsewhere? Absolutely. Can what they serve be pretty filling? Absolutely. This will be where you can grab some barbecue sauce after you get your plate of food. You have plenty of places to sit out here, or you could take it inside. This little cove here, I want to let you know, if you're a fan of watching pier runners in some of the ports that you stay in, it's hard to do from the standard part of Deck 5 due to the tall glass and the lifeboats down below. So these little semicircle nooks allow you to stick out past those lifeboats, and even though you do have the tall glass, you can see a little bit better down below. One of the many entrances back inside to Deck 5. This one will take you to the Pixels area. You see these entrances here will take you back into the bonsai area, and you can see the seating for the bonsai area. And now we've made it all the way back to the very front of the ship as far as we can go. The rest of the front of the ship is actually reserved for crew. We'll actually go in here, and this is actually where we started. You can see the entrance to Liquid Lounge. You could see the stairs here down for Deck 5. the last thing we need to do is just check out the opposite side of the ship on the lanai. So we'll head out the doors on the opposite side of the ship and let you take a look at what's over here. So now we're on the port side of the ship, heading aft from the forward section. Get all my nautical terms in line here. And the first thing we'll encounter is the cherry on top outside area. Even the ice cream shop has an outside area. Now that being said, the door to the facility was always closed, but doesn't mean you can't make your way out here through one of the other exits. If you look closely through the window, you can see some little nog vloggers getting some candy for like the 3rd, 4th, or 8th time on this trip. So if you've been paying attention and recall from the tour of the inside of Deck 5, we've got the outside area for the library bar next, and then just past that, the outside area for the steakhouse. Now I did see 1 or 2 people eating out here in the evenings. I think it just depends on how windy it is, what the temperature and weather is like. I probably prefer eating inside for the steakhouse, but hey, gotta try everything once, right? This next area is going to be the outdoor area for Red Frog Pub. It is quite large because, again, it's a quite popular place. You've got plenty of seats, benches. You've even got rocking benches. Then you've got just the outdoor area for Ocean Plaza on the port side of the ship. And by entering these doors, come on, come on, come on. By entering these, oh, come on. There we go. Entering these doors, you can see the opposite side of Ocean Plaza with the towel animal. There's a little food serving section over here. I didn't notice if it was ever open or not, but if it is, it's usually open for a small continental-like breakfast, maybe some snacks in the afternoon. So now we're going to head down to Deck 4. We'll use the Deck 4 entrance here into the Liquid Lounge and show you just how the perspective is down here. Again, some of these seats in the back, just not a good view. We went up and sat up there like, nope, we got to find somewhere else, even if it means more of an angle. There's a bar here in the back, so they don't actually have drink service that goes around similar to other ships. So keep that in mind. You want to grab your drink before you come in, or hang out near the bar or visit the bar to grab your drink. So even more shops available here on Deck 4. But then when you surround the Dreamscape funnel, you've just got some lounging and seating areas. They do turn many of these areas into photo opportunities in the evenings. Get your duty-free shop. Pandora shop. And this little stage area is where the performers and entertainers that rotate will play over the atrium. There's stairs down to Deck 3 here. You can see the stairs up to 5 and down to 3 on the opposite side. A lot of people take photos on those stairs there, so just pay attention. Now that we've looped around, we're going to jump over to the other side and take a look at the casino. This is right at the beginning of embarkation, when obviously the casino isn't open, but that allows me to go through and film for you. One thing that I can say about this casino is I hope you don't like close quarters because they pack you in tight. There's no one in here and it is tight. So just imagine all of these chairs filled with people, a dozen people surrounding the craps table, each of the chairs at the card tables filled with players, and then all the people that stand around and watch behind them. Add on top of that the smoking that's allowed in the casino, and it's just not something that is a desirable experience, at least compared to casinos on some of the other ships and definitely on land. It's just a very dense space. I will say they do have 3 to 2 blackjack here for $25 minimums, but otherwise $6 minimums on 6 to 5 blackjack. So good to know that they do have that better blackjack option if you don't mind the $25 minimum. So just behind the smoke-filled casino is Club 02. This is the club for kids aged 15, 16, and 17. And again, so you might recall up on deck 6 was the Circle C Club, which was for ages 12, 13, 14. So again, 2 decks below, 2 flights of stairs down, you've got Club 02. Back around the corner through the lower promenade, the next venue is the Skybox Sports Bar. Lots of TVs on, so you can find your favorite cricket game. That's all the crew seems to like to watch. It's got a nice little ticker as well for some sports scores. Further down the lower promenade is an art gallery, and then we encounter the Limelight Lounge. Now when I did this tour, some type of activity was going on that involved kids. I couldn't find it on the itinerary. I didn't stop to ask. Let me know in the comments below if you know what might be going on here, what these parents were waiting in line for in the Limelight Lounge. It wasn't Build-A-Bear. They all had maybe a little piece of paper. I couldn't quite tell from reviewing the footage. Let me know in the comments below if you know what this was. It was on the last sea day of this particular 7-day sailing. Let me know in the comments below. There's the Deck 4 entrance to the Horizons restaurant, which is the set time dining restaurant on the back of the ship. And then there's just a back entrance to the Limelight Lounge that was closed off. Since that's it for Deck 4, we're actually going to jump down to Deck 3, and we're actually going to start in the aft of the ship since we're right here. And here's just a quick peek into the Horizons restaurant as we're led to one of our tables for Port Day breakfast. The Horizons restaurant is used for sea day brunch, port day breakfast, and it's the main dining room used for your time dining options. So bypassing the galley and the Reflections restaurant we'll take a look at in a moment, we'll head down the steps from 4 to 3 into the lobby. First thing we encounter is the Fun Hub station that allows you to connect to the internet in multiple ways. Nice little seating areas and cubbies. Again, they use these areas to set up for photos in the evenings, so be sure to check out each level for different backdrops for those photos. Here's the Shore Excursions desk, also known as Carnival Adventures, where you can book your excursions in the many ports that you're visiting. Circle around, there's one more kiosk in case you don't want to wait in line at guest services. And back to the lobby with plenty of seating to enjoy the music that might be playing above. I mentioned we're going to check out the Reflections restaurant. This was the restaurant we used for this particular sailing. This is for the set time dining. We had 6 p.m. dining, and we had a fairly central seat, and we were enjoying some of the dancing and singing that was going on this particular elegant night. All right, back to the lobby once again. I mentioned this staircase, a lot of photo ops taken here. So if you plan on using the staircase, try to use the one on the other side. Here's another look at that beautiful dreamscape funnel. Just an amazing thing that always catches your eye when you're walking through the lobby. Now you might think we're done, but we actually want to visit one more thing down on deck 2, and that's the Family Harbor Lounge. If you're staying in one of the Family Harbor staterooms, you have access to this lounge, which is stocked with food, snacks, drinks. There's TV and games in there. It just allows you to access those things without having to leave very far from your cabin. So that's the end of our tour. I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, hit the like button. But we want to hear from you too. Let us know in the comments below when you're going to be sailing and what about the Carnival Vista are you most excited about. Thanks for watching the Nog Vlog. Come take a trip with us.